Hey guys, welcome to the Whimsical Workshop. I have a new thing to unbox today. It is from Aurifil, so let's get started. Yay! Okay, so it has been a very long while since I've done an unboxing for you guys. I have been traveling like a fiend this year. I can't even, I'll do a video separate and I'm going to show you all the used books I've bought across the country as I've been traveling. I apologize for the long delays in between videos, but I have a special one today. I literally just got it and I am unboxing it before I leave tomorrow on yet another adventure to Prescott. So what I have is Aurifil has done a set of boxes called Thread Labs, and I'm reading the box while I talk to you. So Aurifil is doing a series of 6 boxes and they're called Thread Labs. They're being done by Karen Miller. I think she's curating them, and then some of the projects are coming from other people. These are coming from Aurifil directly. I would have to have 10 people interested in this for me to be able to sell you guys boxes. So if there are 10 of you watching this and you're really interested in it, leave me a comment below and I can get us onto the subscription program for it. They do retail at $100 a box. Each box will tell you about the history of Aurifil. We're going to cover what type of thread it is, and we're going to do a special project each month working with those threads. And it's very, very exciting, but as a very tiny business, I didn't want to just jump in and buy 10 of these boxes not knowing if people would be interested. So again, if you are, leave me a comment below. Aurifil was kind enough to send me this box. I did pay for it, but they were kind enough to let me be able to do 1 box a month versus 10, which was the minimum, just so I could share it with you guys and see what you guys think. Without further ado, let's open this up and see what we've got for month 1. So this is the box. Right on the front, they give you the label saying it's Thread Lab, Lab 1 of 1. And this one has got Aurifil Thread Exemplar, which is a thread book, I believe. Oh no, wait, maybe not. So it says Aurifil Thread Exemplar, swatch book, storage case, reference card, and digital content instructions. Then it talks about the cotton here on the side and their philosophy. They put tape right over it, so I can't read the whole thing. But the term Egyptian cotton is usually applied to extra long staple cotton produced in Egypt. It is favored by luxury and upmarket brands. And we all know that. We've heard that word before. It was introduced to Egypt in the 19th century, where the weather conditions and rich soil enabled the production of the better long stapled cotton. The longer the staple, the stronger your thread is. And we take a bunch of staples and we wind them together to create a long piece of thread. If you want to know more and you have a guild, I can do an Aurifil lecture for you and you can learn all about how it's made. But this is just a this is a lesson in a box. So let's see what we've got inside. All right. So here we go. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. So here's my bill that I paid. And then let's see what we've got here. We've got, this is the Aurifilosophy Thread Exemplar box. These retail for like $45. I use these to teach some of my Aurifil workshops. And there is, if I can get it open. Ooh, these are white even. I love that they're white. Each one of these is a different weight. So there you go. Okay, and their weights are based on their spools. So the spool color tells you which weight thread it is. So we're just going to start with here. This is the 50 weight. It's always on an orange spool. This is our standard thread that we buy and use for tons of stuff. So there's 50 weight. Then we've got our 40 weight, which we use for a little bit heavier. You can use it for quilting. You can use it for piecing. You can use. I like to use it on my edging for stitching when I'm doing applique. Then they have, let me get this little guy out of here. This is the 80 weight. It comes on a beautiful cherry wood spool. 80 weight is super fine. It's very strong, but it's like hand sewing with silk. You can use it in your machine as well. But if you do English paper piecing, or you want real dense quilting on your quilt without a lot of bulk, or you're doing miniature quilting, this is the best stuff to piece for miniature where you don't want any bulk in your seam. So that's 80 weight. And then we got my new favorite. This is 28 weight on the gray spool. 28 weight is thicker than 50 and 40 weight. The smaller the number, the thicker the threads. But this is my favorite for thread painting and sketching and decorative stitching. It just goes through the machine beautifully and it creates such a lovely look. I have bought the basics set of 28 weight thread, which is a 45 color box. We do have that on our website. I'll link it below, along with a ton of other Aurifil that we're carrying. But I love the 28 weight. And then we have our 12 weight. This is the thickest of the machine weights. It does go through most machines. You do have to mess with your tension a little bit, but it's beautiful for handwork, sashiko, embroidery, cross stitch. It's a lovely, lovely weight thread. I also bought the basics of this, and we carry the basics box of that. Then we have their wool. So you may have noticed when I opened this, this was a little bit more creamy than the others. This is non-mercerized wool thread. It is perfect for applique with wool, sewing with wool. It's 12 weight, is it 12 weight? Yes, 12 weight wool thread. So it's the same thickness as this. You can see here as I hold them up. This one's a little, maybe not with my lights. That's a little creamier in the natural light. This is mercerized, so it's got a sheen to it. This is wool, so it has a little bit, it wasn't mercerized, so it has a little bit of that linty texture to it. And finally, my other favorite is this is also on a wood spool thread. This is 6-strand embroidery thread. So it is the same thing as DMC thread, except instead of 8 yards, you get 16 yards on the spool, 16, 18. Let me check. 18 yards on the spool. I love using this. I've been using it all summer. I did a whole blog post for Aurifil about all the things you can do with embroidery floss. I will link that blog below. But this is my new favorite thread as well. So this little box gives you all the different colors, or all the different weights, and you get to try all the weights and see what they're like. So that's really, really cool. So next we have, oh, what's this? They're in Milan. That is where Aurifil is based. And this is what's in the box. So it's going to tell us what's in the box. And then there's an exclusive project using the thread, this thread box. And there's the portal to get into the thread lab. And then this whole postcard, which I'm not going to read out loud, is the history of how Aurifil got started. Let's see here. And then it's just a thanks. And then there's the two guys who started Aurifil in their young days. So this is very cool. I will read this on my own. Even though I'm an Aura philosopher, I can always learn more. I am still dealing with broken foot, so I'm going to sit for a minute. All right. So then we have, it's all about the thread reference card. This talks about how to read the end of your spools. It talks about the different color spools and what they mean. And then here on the back, they tell you which needle to use for hand or machine, what to put in your bobbin. And then it talks about all the techniques you can do with each thread. This is super handy. I feel like I'm too low. This is super handy to have and keep with your threads. This is all stuff that I've been diving in deeply over the last couple of years, and I'm amazed that just changing your needle or having the right weight thread in your bobbin makes a huge difference when you're stitching with different threads. And it doesn't have to just be Aurifil. You need to play with all your favorite threads and see what works best. But this is a very good starting point. So that is valuable right there. Then we have an Aurifil thread box. And this is to put all of our big, it can hold 4 by 12 chunky spools, the big spools of Aurifil. This is great for storage, so they gave us one of those, and it's Aurifil branded. Throughout the program, I'm sure we're going to be able to put our threads in there. And then this, see, I've heard a lot of buzz about this, and this is what I am so excited about. This is their brand new Aurifil swatch book. Okay, these are expensive because somebody has to hand wind them. But here are all the colors of the threads, hand woven. So when I need to pick a color, I have an actual thread sample to look at and see how it will look with my project. So when I'm ordering threads for something, especially for me, I'm ordering them for kits, you know, it's so, so nice. So this is their brand new thread card. And it's just beautiful. It's a flip chart, so you could flip this out and lay it on your quilt versus the big fold-out card. So that is that getting us started. And then back here, we've got the color number, which swatch card it's on, because these are all numbered at the bottom, which is handy. And then that's the same thing. And then we just go through all of those. Let's see what else we've got in here. Yeah, it's all swatch cards, and it's going by their weights. So that's what I was looking for. So these flosses, these are all floss weights. Those colors, even though they're 50 weight colors on the card, you now know exactly what it looks like, because Aurifil has a great quality control, and they do look at the colors matching across their whole product line. So those are all the floss weights that you can look at. These are the 80 weights that are available. So 80 weights isn't available in every color, but it is available in these. I believe there's, I think it was 80 colors. I used to know this by heart. But there are the 80 weights. And then here are the 40 weight 3-ply. So this is for 50 weight, 40 weight, 28 weight, 12 weight, and floss. So those colors come in all 200, and doesn't tell me how many colors. 270 colors. So 50 weight, 40 weight, 28 weight, 12 weight, and floss come in all 200, and I forgot it already, 70 colors. And then we've got, let's see, does this tell me here? Because in the beginning it talks about each one. Yeah, so 80 weight comes in 88 colors. 40 weight 3-ply is a cone for long armors. They come in 74 colors, not to be confused with the 40 weight on the green spools, which is 2-ply. They came out with the 40 weight 3-ply specifically for all of you long armors. It's a lovely thread. You can use it on the long arm or on your machine, but that's what that's for. And so those, the 80 weight and the 40 weight, are the only two that don't come in all 270 colors. So that's 270 colors, believe it or not, and they are just yummy. So this month was really, I'm gonna have to go look up what the free project is that she gave us, because there is a project. And every month there will be a project. I know this first month was more about introducing you to the Thread Labs, the very, very expensive thread swatch book, which, trust me, if you go buy this retail, I don't know what it's going to sell for and if they're going to sell it retail, but it is super handy to have. The thread case, the box of the different weight threads, the history, the information card, and then, like I said, I'm going to go see what the free project is. And if it's something I can print and show, I'll tack it on here in the video. If not, I'd like to know your opinion of the very first Thread Lab box from Aurifil. I used to have a chart that explained each month what they are. I do know one's going to be embroidery, one's paper piecing, maybe English paper piecing, I can't remember. But what they're going to do is each month they'll focus on 1 or 2 weights of threads. There will be a project for us to make, and we will go from there. This is just to get your hands on all of the weights, the beautiful thread book, the case, and the information in the free project. So let me know what you think below. I am obviously an Aurifil fangirl. I'm also an Aurifilosopher, meaning that I can come to groups and guilds and give the lecture all about how Aurifil was made and why I am so passionate about it. Also, make sure you check out the blog below about the I don't remember what I called it, but it was like 6 or 7 different ways of using embroidery floss. It is using Aurifil embroidery floss, which is one of the best I've ever used. But if you already have embroidery floss, it's also a cool way just to see what else can you do with your floss in your studio. And I think that's everything for this. It's a quick video. I have missed you guys. I am sorry I've been out of touch. I broke my foot. Well, actually Doodles broke my foot. She jumped on it. And I had I fractured it in February, found out in May, got a boot in May, was told to stay off of it in May, went back I went back multiple times, but I went back in July expecting the boot to go away, and they're like, oh, well, the first fracture healed, but you have a second fracture. How the hell I did that, I don't know. So now I'm back in the boot, probably for the month of July, and hopefully in August we will revisit this. So it has been a very long, crazy year, starting with recovery from surgery and COVID into traveling every couple weeks for teaching and lecturing, which I absolutely love to do. And I do have openings for next year because, you know, I like the crazy life. And then breaking my foot and having to travel through airports and trips and you name it. I've gone everywhere with this broken foot. To now I've got a lecture and workshop this weekend, which is, I don't even know the date, July 15th. And then I am back next week and I stay put for 4 weeks. And then I will be heading up to Oregon to teach a lovely group up in Springfield, Oregon, which is, you know, where the Simpsons were. And then I go on to Seattle for a few days. And then I'm getting on a ship with Stitch in Heaven and we'll be teaching through Alaska on the Alaska cruise. And then I'll be back here. We're doing a trade show. We're doing a show in Scottsdale, Arizona at the Rusty Barn show till the 1st or 2nd of September. Matthew will be there by himself for a few days, so if you go and you see him, please say hello to him. But I come home on Friday. I'll be doing that show on Saturday, and then I think we calm down for a little bit. So it is, like I said, that is a pace I have been keeping up all year, and I apologize if the videos have been few and far between. I am keeping up with the 2 block of the month videos, and once those wrap, I have snippets ends this next month. So then we're down to 1 block of the month and I'm actually home longer than 2 weeks and you should hopefully see more content. So leave me a comment below. Say hello if you've missed me. Let me know what you think of the Aurifil box. As always, I do love reading all your comments and I do appreciate everybody who watches my videos. And I hope you are excited to go down this trip with me about the Aurifil Thread Lab boxes. Again, a shout out to Aurifil for letting me purchase 1 at wholesale versus 10. But if there are 10 people who want to go through this journey with me, just let me know in the comments below or email me at heidi@thewhimsicalworkshop.com. And if I can get 10 people interested, I will definitely buy into the program. It is a 6-month program. Again, the boxes retail for $100 and we would throw in shipping if you choose to do this. So with all of that, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, all the social media stuff, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.